Hi, I'm Emily. Welcome to this episode of Bow Skills. I'm going to show you how to make a wax resist drawing with some homemade inks. Here we go. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is some ink. Now, if you don't have any ink, you can use different things that you find around your home. So this one is just a few teaspoons of coffee. I think I used 2 teaspoons of coffee for this, like instant coffee, and then just a little bit of hot water to dilute it and dissolve it. This one is quite nice. This is just some tea, again, like brewed in a little bit of hot water. And it gets this nice kind of pale yellowy colour, which is really lovely. And this one I've got here is a kind of purpley, I'm not quite sure you can see it actually, it's like a purpley reddy kind of colour. This I got from some herbal tea. I was trying to boil some beetroot to get a nice dye to show you, but or ink to show you, but actually I burnt the beetroot, so it looks like this and it didn't come out very well. The next thing you're going to need is some candles, or you can use wax crayons. I don't have any wax crayons, so I'm going to use the candles for now. The other thing you're going to need is some paper. I've got some just like printery style paper here, some thicker paper if you have it, or any kind of scraps, old envelopes, or some rubbings that I did before. What else? And then some brushes. If you don't have any brushes at home, you could use some like DIY brushes that you might have around, or an old sponge, bit of old sponge, or some cloth, or even your fingers. Just to show you, these are my experiments with different inks. So this is the tea I was telling you about. It's kind of a light browny yellow colour, which is lovely. This one's this is the herbal tea. It's nice deep purple when it dries. It's much more red when you first apply it onto the paper. This is the beetroot. Very sad attempt at making beetroot ink. But if you are boiling some beetroot for dinner, you could just try and keep some of the excess water if you're not using it for any other element of your meal, and it makes a nice reddy pinky colour if you don't burn it. This one is coffee. It's lovely. It gives you like a wide range of tones, and you can get really nice dark colouring. This is one I didn't show you earlier. This is turmeric. This is okay as like a drawing ink, but I wouldn't use it for wax resist because it's not that great. I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of the result I got earlier. And you also get, the turmeric doesn't dissolve, so you get this like grain across the surface of the paper. As I said earlier, you can use your fingers like this. So I just got a bit of ink. I used the coffee one. And just spread it around with my finger if you don't have a brush. Or the other thing you could do is use a sponge. This is me using a sponge here, so you can dab it onto the page like this to get a different texture, or you can just like rub it in like you're using a brush or something. And as I said, it will dry this colour rather than stay this light pink colour. When you've got everything ready, we're going to start drawing. So I'm drawing from one of my houseplants here. As you can see, you can't actually see anything that you're drawing. So just have a play, have a go, and see what you come up with. Next up, you want to grab your ink and your brush, and you just want to paint across the whole surface of the paper. Once you've painted it completely, you need to let it dry, and eventually it will look something like this. Once you've had a go at drawing, you could try experimenting with rubbings, and these are some leaves I collected from my daily walk. You can also use stencils, and I'm going to use some scrap paper and use my wax and rub quite firmly over the surface of the paper in order to get a really nice impression of the leaves. Once you're done, move your leaves to one side, and you can again take your brush or whatever you're using and paint over the surface of the paper. Have a go, have a play with whatever techniques you like the look of. These ones are some stencils I put on top or underneath the paper to get a different effect, a positive or negative effect. This one, I just scrunched a bit of paper and put it underneath and rubbed the wax on top to see what kind of effect I'd get. This is quite a nice example of one of the leaves that I did a rubbing of and then painted over the top. You can see a little bit of texture there. And these are just some silly portraits that I did. They're self-portraits, but you can see it's actually come out quite well, the colours. A bit streaky, but I still like the result. Most importantly, have fun. Please share and follow Bow Arts and Bow Skills. I'm Emily, thanks for watching.